Hello Reformers and welcome to a special feature of Starpoint Gemini Warlords. I should be saying welcome back because I have previously made videos on the game, but recently released, a couple of weeks ago, was a new DLC called The Deadly Dozen, and that adds a bunch of new content. It actually adds some bounty hunting missions, among other things, and, well, I've actually not even got there yet, but there are some really amazing options that I did not show you beforehand. And this is more of the sort of mountain blade kind of style of doing things, and I gotta say, I've actually been really enjoying it. I've been playing it for a long while, and just progressing, just progressing, enjoying myself, doing all kinds of jobs, doing some construction, getting some ships built, doing some research. It's fantastic. When we last played, I was playing with a gunship. Now this is the lowest level, the smallest ship that you can pilot. And there are so many different ones. So for example, if I were to go to the shipyard, you can take a look here. So this is a freighter. Now a freighter is of course going to be something that is for trading. So if you are into trading, I'm not particularly into trading. I've not really done much trading, to be honest. I've mostly been participating in massive combat skirmishes and all kinds of fun stuff. I'll show you a little bit of that later on. Anyway, otherwise we just have a corvette here. That's kind of the first ship that you are required to get if you play through the campaign. I have a Sigma at the moment. It's this thing. It looks absolutely menacing. It's fantastic. It's really nice. It has a bunch of energy so that you can continue using your weapons. It's really fun to use. Otherwise, I did upgrade initially to a frigate, and that's kind of like a freighter, but it's got a little bit more, well, I say it's got a little bit more combat, but it doesn't really, because the hull of this is 20,000, and the hull of the of the frigate is not very good. So I don't really know why you would get this instead of that, but maybe there's some other reason that I haven't actually seen. I mean, you could, I think it's probably got more weapon slots. So for example, if you were to go to systems, as you can see here, you have a wide variety of different weapon slots and of course different abilities. And as you can see here, yes, the freighter only has a light battery where you can have light weapons like rail guns and beam weapons and all that sort of thing. And then you have a heavy battery which is for your shockwave generators and your torpedo launchers and all sorts of things like that. Now, I have absolutely been having a ball with my current setup. Now, if we go to dry dock, you can see that my ship name is Earl Grey. Yes, because we just have to do that, don't we? And otherwise, my loadout is actually really cool, in my opinion, at the very least. I'm using an Omega 3 beam weapon. Now, this uses 8 energy per second, as far as I'm aware. I mean, there's an energy cost of 1 as well. I think the EPS is the energy cost per second. I could be wrong about that, but it is. Yeah, I personally feel like that's the case, but yeah. Omega 3 is an amazing beam weapon. It does so much damage, but it drains your energy extremely fast. Now, if you go over here and you look at Omega 1 and Omega 1, I ran out of money, so I could basically only purchase Omega 1s, unfortunately. But on the flip side of that, I have this, which is Severance 1. Now, this is a weapon that I researched when I had control and indeed became the commander of our faction, technically. So technically I am the leader of the faction. Technically I can do everything that I need to do to achieve, dominance over the surrounding areas. And this railgun is the first thing that I researched, and it is fantastic. I mean, as you can see here, the DPS on it is crazy, 289. It is even more than the Omega 3 beam weapon, and it just has an amazing critical chance. And that's the first thing that I wanted to go for. So if we take a look real quick at the research here, just how many things can you research? It's crazy. So yeah, you can eventually get and research all of these different chassis. Now, the chassis are of course just upgrades, meaning that you will you'll get better, I would assume, more weapon slots, higher hull density, and maybe more energy as well, dependent on what's actually going on. But if you select this, it just basically gives you a better ship overall. So if you wanted to upgrade to that, then you can. And then, of course, you have a bunch of different weapons. As you can see here, develop new weapons and enhancements to install on your vessel. Now, enhancements are these things that you can do to each system on your ship to improve their effectiveness. So, for example, if I wanted to get Unity, for example, Unity, what that does is it improves your grappling beam. So, in other words, it would probably last longer, it would probably be stronger, or, you know, something along those lines. Like, for example, Blink. This makes it so that your, as far as I'm aware, your teleport or your transportation abilities are increased and are a lot better. Now, I went for Severance, which is a uniquely designed railgun weapon, and it is fantastic. It is a lot better than anything you can get in the marketplace at Concordia, and Concordia is of course our main HQ. Otherwise, you can also get these other researches right here. I'm probably going to be doing Mining Operation 1 because I've actually needed that for quite some time to upgrade our various structures. And now I know I'm throwing like a bunch of different things at you right now, but you're going to understand all of this as the video progresses. Anyway, I'm going to actually activate this mining operation. This will consume resources. Now, when we first, touched upon this game for the first time a couple of months ago, we didn't have any of these. We didn't have any gas, we didn't have any ore, and we didn't have any materials because, of course, we weren't in control just yet. But now we are, and we're gaining those things almost all the time. Otherwise, that's going to start progressing when we get back into the game. And then otherwise, you just have a bunch of other things that you can go for, like improved scanners, mining equipment, and so on and so forth. But as you can see, the cost of these things is just crazy. So yeah, it's going to be something that we won't be able to get for quite a while. Now, otherwise, moving on to the shipbuilding menu. This is amazing. Now, what you can do is you can actually build ships. Oh yeah, oh what a surprise, right? Yeah, no, the menu says shipbuilding, so you would expect it to build ships, right? Yeah, you would, exactly. So, what you can do is if you have the materials, I unfortunately do not have the materials right now because I've been spending them on research and construction of the base. And I'll show you that menu in just a second. But what you can do is if you actually make some ships, you can form a fleet, and then that fleet can be instructed by you to follow you. So you can have a bunch of ships in your own fleet, and those ships can follow you and help you defeat enemies. It's amazing to watch this because when you come out of like hyperspace, quote unquote hyperspace, and you come across someone that you want to kill, like in a search and destroy mission or a war hunting mission or something along those lines, then all of your ships are going to come out of hyperspace at the same time, and they're going to go to work and attack whoever is attacking you. It's really cool to watch. Unfortunately, I don't have any of these at the moment, but I do have one ship that you may have seen in the previous series of videos that is currently following us around, and she is amazing. She's got the same ship that we do, and we just absolutely destroy everything. It's really, really fun. Anyway, as you can see here, I've already upgraded, or I am on the way to upgrading my hub module. I think I've already done that. I think it has upgraded itself by now. And you need that to be able to get other things on your HQ, like improved mining and so on and so forth. So as you can see here, you can have different garage slots. So you can have increased slots to, well, as you can see here, construct vessels. So if you want to make up to 25 ships, then you need the maximum garage slots, of course. And then you have tactical ops here. Now this is, well, technically not available at the moment. I don't have any of these. I don't have enough materials just yet, but as you can see, it's actually pretty cheap otherwise. And then you have the mining ops. I already have tier 1 of this. I've built some mining operations. You have junk reclaimers like this, to salvage materials from the surrounding areas. And I'll show you the map after this as well. This is research. You need to construct this before you get to the research menu. And then you have the trade center. Now, I am currently on a mission, which we're going to be doing, that will kind of introduce you to the T-gates. Now, these T-gates are used for quick travel, basically. I mean, you can't just click on a place and then, be there in like a second. You have to go through hyperspace to get there, which is really, really immersive and atmospheric, and I like it a lot. And then you have the production plant, and that handles the research of foreign ship designs. So not ships that you know of. I would assume bandit ships and ships of other factions and things like that. And then the logistics center, that improves the number of civilian fleets that you have under your command, and then you're back to the hub module. So there's a pretty nice overall look at the various new menus that we didn't previously look at before. So as you can see, this is my ship right now. We've previously seen it. This is Tara Higgs, who is our little companion who's running around with us, and she's really, really cool. She does a lot of damage. She's very, very fun to play with. And otherwise, this is the new map. So, I mean, technically it hasn't changed, but as you can see, I've gone to all of these different areas. Now, all of these T's here, these are all T-gate destinations. So once I have completed this main mission, which we're going to be going to reasonably soon, I can go through my T-gate, which I assume is here. I think I can build this here, yes. As you can see here, I need to get the appropriate research, Hyperspace Torrent Gate. That's what it stands for. It stands for Torrent Gate. But anyway, you can go through there, and then you can choose any destination you wish, and then you can go anywhere in the entire galaxy, which is exactly what you want to do. But as you can see, the map is absolutely huge, and trust me, it is. If you go there without using any kind of hyperspace or any kind of T drive, which is a torrent drive that you can buy and take and use at your own free will, then it takes a long time to get anywhere. And that's pretty cool, because you encounter all kinds of amazing things as you're going there. Anyway, as you can see, there are a number of different things to do around here, like for example this, lost cargo retrieval. So as you can see here, this is going to cost me a little bit, but I'm going to send a civilian fleet over here to perform this task, and we will be rewarded for it. Now, of course, I could do this. I could construct something here which would give me a little bit of an increase in ship building speed, and I could also do that. I'm going to send a fleet to salvage that, thank you very much. Otherwise, I have gas collectors. I have gas collectors already constructed. I have junk reclaimers, which give me materials every single week, and of course I have mining operations, which also give us ore every single week, and then we have a relay satellite and all that sort of thing. That's the fog of war and things like that. So yes, otherwise you can capture enemy structures. You can capture enemy structures, you can liberate them, destroy them, whatever you want to do. And things like, let me just see here, things like this. This used to be an enemy installation, but now it is under our control because we have captured it. So it's really, really cool how that happens. You can capture anything you like, but obviously you can't, you shouldn't really cause war against people, you know, if you can help it. Now here's one of the people that we need to kill for the Deadly Dozen mission, right? So yeah, this is one of the people that you can kill or capture in this case, or I think it is kill actually, for the Deadly Dozen DLC. So if we go into my menu here and, oh no, where do is it personal log? Yeah, there we go, personal log. So here are all of the bounty missions that you can do, and that is all of the rewards and everything. So as you can see here, this guy is alive. Guy Pearson wasn't always feared. Pearson was a military man, waging war against enemies of his superiors. Yeah, so basically, you can go after this guy and take him out. If you want to do freelance work, then you can do all of these. These are all the things that I've done, as you can see here. Yes, I've been doing a lot of search and destroy. I absolutely love that. Hunt was really fun as well. That gave me a huge amount of money. And then otherwise, I do have a side mission here. All that glitters is gold. Ancient Artifact Quest Chain Part 1. Don't know where to see that. But otherwise, here's the main mission, and we're probably going to be doing that in just a second. I'd like to try this out actually. The last time I tried to kill this guy, he was really, really powerful. So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this, but I have a much bigger ship this time. So maybe we're gonna, shall we just try it? Let's just try it, shall we? I'm gonna go over there and see what we can do. So let's start up our sublight. Unfortunately, I haven't actually used T-drives myself. I don't know why I haven't really used T-drives. I really should start using them, but I think it's just because I kind of like just flying around in space, and it's just, in my opinion, really, really fun. Ah, there we go. Mining ops can be upgraded to Tier 2. fantastic. So if I can go over there, I can actually do this at any point, by the way. I can go into the construction menu, menu and do any kind of upgrade, any kind of construction, any kind of shipbuilding from wherever you like. You don't have to be at the base to do it. So as you can see here, gas collecting task tier that appears on the star chart, 1. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just going to upgrade it because I really need more materials, more junk, and all that sort of thing. So, yes, new research is also available, so technically I could go into the research, and I'm probably going to be getting junk reclaimer. I'm going to need 200 materials for that, though. So I'm going to try and get that as soon as I can. But as you can see, the amount of depth that is in the game is so much more than I was able to show beforehand. And that's a real shame, because I was literally just scratching the surface before. And now I'm in the thick of things, and there's even more to unlock. I didn't even show you all of the ships that you can get. There are so many amazing ships, and don't even hesitate to take a look at the Steam store page, because it is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, if you've already seen the other videos that I made on this, then you already know that it's a fantastic game. And there is a new DLC that they have just released a trailer for that is coming very soon to my channel. So if you are still listening, then stay tuned for that, because it's going to be fantastic. There's going to be amazing, massive ships and all kinds of wonderful things going on. Okay, so here we go. The bounty has been located. And now we're going to be shooting these guys. Now, I don't actually know whether these are going to be easy for us to kill, to be honest, but we're going to try our best. Now, I do have a pretty amazing ability that does AoE damage. It literally does AoE damage. It's really, really fun to use. I've upgraded it a lot. It's my expose ability, and that is all due to me being a marauder. Let's have a look and see Tara. Is she doing okay? Yeah, she's absolutely fine. Okay, so we've killed his escort, I suppose you could say, and now we're going to be dealing with Guy Pearson. Now, as you can see, he is level 20, so he might be quite difficult for us to... Okay, never mind. Yes, he might be a bit difficult for us to kill, I was going to say. But no, it seems like he's actually a lot easier than I anticipated. And there you go. And we've recovered soul rings. I actually don't know what soul rings are. Can I see my inventory, actually? Can I take a look in my inventory right now? Yeah, yes I can. There we go. Okay, so what are the soul rings? Let's take a... wait a minute, maybe it's actually... it's not just cargo. There's the soul rings. Memories of better times and a reminder of Gemini's people origins. Soul rings represent peace, equality, and the prosperous times of the solar system, made of metals extracted from the remains of the system. They are a sign of new beginnings and warn of discord and its consequences. There are rumors of a mysterious collector who pays a good price for them, but there is no indication at the moment for their other uses. Right, so there you go. So yes, otherwise I do actually have a bunch of different... well, heavy weapons that I could technically use, but I have been a bit skeptical actually about using these because they have ammo, and I'm not a big fan of ammo systems when I have to replenish that ammo, and so I have just been using light weapons, which is probably a really amateurish mistake, but I've actually been enjoying using so many beam weapons, to be honest. Anyway, going to be sending my civilian fleets around here. These are constant tasks that pop up, and you can do these things if you want. You don't have to send your civilian fleets off to go and do them, but I personally feel like it's a really, really good idea to do because they give you nice amounts of rewards. And if you already didn't notice, I have gained a huge amount of materials from that particular fight that we had. So I'm going to be getting Junk Reclaimer. And I should probably get Gas Collector as well. I have so many. Oh my. This is fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to need 2,000 gas for Severance rank 2. And I'm probably going to try and get that. So I'm going to just wait for the gas to sort of build up a little bit. I could build some ships now, which would actually be pretty fun. So I think I'm going to build... let's see. I'm going to build 3. There we go. 3 of these. As you can see, my command points are going up. You can have that command limit increased as well, if you so desire. So it's pretty fantastic. And you also have super capital ships as well. I have no idea what they are because I have not encountered those yet, but you can imagine that they're going to be huge and fantastic and cool looking. Anyway, yes, we're done here. We're done here with that bounty. I don't know where the other bounties are, unfortunately, so I will be unable to show any others, but oh no, I thought that was actually one, but never mind. Yes. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to otherwise explore around a little bit and try and find the bounties that way, because yes, this is the next one. Sonia Graves. Where would she be? Last known location? Nordica. Aha. So that's what you have to do. You have to be a little bit detective, you know, you have to play detective a little bit. And, there's Nordica. Okay, I might actually go over there. Anyway, I'm going to cut away while we travel there. It might take a little bit of time. Alright, so I think I may have come across the bounty target that we require. Now, let's just make sure that we are in a good enough position to deal with the escort ships. Hilariously enough, Tara is so good that she is killing absolutely everything without me, which is absolutely fine with me. I don't really mind. I mean, as long as we can win together and hopefully she won't get killed as a result of my incompetence, then that would be great. You know, that would be absolutely fine. As you can see, I absolutely love the beam weapons. I'm not meant to technically be using the beam weapons because I'm a Marauder class. I can, but technically railguns, in my opinion, are going to be a little bit better for the Marauder class. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's initially what you have to do. You kind of have to go to a particular region. You have to find a sort of attack wing or some escort ships or something along those lines, and that is going to then in turn give you a clue as to where you need to head to next. And as you can see, we have an absolutely pinpoint location, and we're going to be heading there right now. There we go. Let's do it. And hopefully we'll be able to get there in time. Now, the one thing that I forgot to kind of mention beforehand is that when you're traveling, you don't necessarily have to just sit there and watch. You don't have to sit there and watch. You can literally do these things as well. You can, you know, micromanage your little faction here, if you so desire, you know, and that's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Being able to do these kinds of things while you are doing something else, now that's very impressive, if I do say so myself. Alright, so we are going to take a look at our research here real quick. Yeah, junk reclaimer is at 22%. I need it to be the next level so that I can build the next junk hub thing in our HQ, and then I'll be able to improve our junk reclaimers, and then I'll be able to get even more materials per week, and that's exactly what we want, because that is going to mean that we will be in an even better position to build more ships, more power, more everything. It's just crazy, crazy good. And here we go. The bounty has been located. Where are you? There's the bounty. She's level 23, so this might be a little bit difficult. A little bit difficult in comparison to the one beforehand. Or maybe not, because apparently Tara is absolutely murdering her. Oh my. Yes, I'm very happy to have her on my side, that's for sure. But yeah, as I say, I did attempt to kill the guy beforehand. I did actually try to fight him, you know, when I was a little bit lower level by myself. And it didn't really work too well, so you gotta take that into account. You know, you gotta take into account that having two ships against one is certainly a better idea than, you know, going at it alone. And of course, you gotta bear in mind as well that, well, they all have different weapons as well, so you gotta be a bit careful about that. I'm gonna use my special ability, and oh yeah, taken down. Nice. Now, I could technically, I'm actually unsure about this, I don't think I can, but you can capture ships, and I've attempted to do this on numerous occasions, and I've always been not particularly choosing the right time to do it. So if you are going to, you know, try and capture a ship or something like that, I would highly recommend trying to do it when you are not on a mission or something like that, you know, because if you do it on a mission that is sort of time-based, I tried to do it on one that was I think it was an installation defense, and suffice it to say, doing it on an installation defense when you're attempting to defend a base from numerous different attackers and spending a lot of time boarding a particular ship, you know, one ship out of 5 of them, and then having the other 4 attack the installation without you defending it, yeah, that's probably not the best idea, is it? So yeah, I haven't successfully captured any ships, unfortunately, but I haven't really needed to, so to speak, because we have so many resources as it is, we have a lot of influence in the area, and I just hit the all-stop button by mistake. Of course I did. Anyway, we're going to go back to Concordia because I need to, well, basically repair my forces. But here's the thing, I don't necessarily need to go back here, but I'd like to sell a little bit of my cargo. A new research is available as well, and I can also now do my construction. So that's pretty cool. But yes, as I was saying, I can technically, if I want to, I can just heal myself on the move, because I have equipment, and we've seen equipment beforehand, you know, we've seen how good it can be, and, you know, I can just go over here and click this light repair drones button, and as you can see, it repairs hull over 15 seconds, and I can do that if I so desire, but I do have a bunch of cargo that I'd like to sell anyway, and we're currently in sort of, you know, between areas here. I mean, I could have technically gone to this HQ trade station over here to sell my cargo, or I could have gone to, I don't think I could go to the forward outpost, but I could have gone to one of those places. Could have even gone to a planet, but that is further away from the main mission, and I would like to be able to do the main mission anyway. We are going to meet up with our fleet as well, and I think that could be pretty cool. So I'm going to be instructing this fleet. So if you go over here, you can actually manage them if you so desire. I don't particularly need to at the moment, but if you want to, you can manage them. But I'm going to tell them to follow me. So now they are going to meet us or whatever they want to do, and we're going to go to the main mission together. Alright, so I thought I'd just show a little bit. If you are new to the game, I thought I'd just show what you can do in the dry dock. You can repair your hull here, and you can also rearm. So, in other words, if you have heavy weapons, which I currently do, but I've just been a bit slack with them, to be honest. So, I think it might be a nice idea to try and put something on here. So, what do we want to do? Well, what is the best? The best one is the Cerberus, so I suppose we're going to mount that, and this is going to be amusing. So I'm going to rearm it. There you go, I've rearmed it. It has 20 shots, so I suppose that's pretty good. And shall I use the shockwave generator as well? Isn't this a shockwave generator? Yeah, it is. So let's put 2 shockwave generators on and see what that does, because I've never used these before, so I suppose it might be quite fun to find out. Anyway, you can go here and sell these things. You can also trade if you so desire. I personally haven't really seen much about this. I mean, here's the thing. What you can do is you can select a particular resource, and then you can see what kind of pricing it has. So for example, if I went to the Waterloo battle station right now, I could purchase a bunch of copper for 100 credits. And that's really cheap, right? Yeah, that's really cheap. Because then what I could do is go all the way up here, and I could go back to Hogosha, in this case, and I could sell it for, well, 150 extra. So if you do that with some things that are a little bit more expensive, so for example, maybe aluminum foils or something along those lines, if you do it with that, you're going to get a really nice return on it. Anyway, it's about time that we go over to the main mission, is it? Now here we go. This is the amazing thing. Strap on and fire the engines. This is the hyperspace thing. Yeah, this is hyperspace. This is what I love about the main mission in general. They automatically do this for you. Obviously, if you're playing in the sandbox mode, which this does transition to, then you have to buy your own T drives and things like that, and you have to activate them yourself and, well, you know, all that stuff. But that's absolutely fine, because it's just basically giving you a really nice overview, and it's like, hey, this is what you can do. Yeah, let's crack some heads. Neutralize the all-field defense fleet. That's what we're going to be doing. So, what do we have here? Frigates. They are mostly frigates. That's a corvette. That's a gunship. And that's also a gunship. I think I'm going to focus on the gunships first, because I'm a marauder. I can pretty easily kill these guys pretty fast. I mean, there you go. Look, it's already dead, basically. It's already dead, that gunship. Really, really fast to kill that. And is this one dead yet? No, not yet. But I can use my shockwave generators as well if I so desire, but I don't think I need to be honest. They're pretty easy to defeat.
There are no defense ships. Let's move in on the Foundry.
There we go. So now we can move in on the Foundry, and that is going to require that we... Wait a minute, where is it? There it is. Okay, it's over there. Whew, okay. Yes, that's one thing that I'm really, really bad at in space games in general. It's not the game's fault, it's just my fault. I'm just always, like, a little bit weird when it comes to trying to find things. Anyway, there we go. Let's go ahead. Oh, I need sublight still. There we go. We're just going to go there as quickly as we can, and we're going to try and board it. No doubt we're going to be ambushed, perhaps. I've taken us to a safe distance to avoid triggering the mines, sir. If any of the mines detonate, we'll have a hard time getting to Orpheal or anywhere for that matter. Is there any way to disable the mines from a distance? Like a master switch? If I would guess, I'd suspect they have some control over it on Orpheal. Getting to it will be tricky. Let's just transport aboard. The Foundry is protected by biometric shielding. We'll have to get a lot closer. We didn't come this far for nothing. The mines have a trigger distance. We just have to plot our course very carefully and get to the Foundry. Everyone stay put. I'm going in. Alright, so how do I avoid the mines? I don't actually see... Wait a minute. Are these mines? These are mines, right? Yep, these are mines. Okay, let's be... should I be careful, or should I just go straight... Are these mines, or is it just space debris? I'm actually unsure about that, but now that they've said mines, I'm a little bit paranoid. I think they are probably mines. If we if we fly into a bunch of them, we are going to be in a really, really bad state. So let's be a bit careful here. Oh, no, there's the mines. Oh, okay, never mind. That is just space debris that I'm flying by right now. These are mines. Yes, quite obviously mines. Okay, let's be a little bit careful here then. Hopefully they are not automatically, you know, homing in mines that are going to absolutely murder me if I get too close to them. Okay, let's just be a little bit careful here. Need to make sure that we're okay. I'm just going to slow down a little bit. There we go. Alright. Is this close enough? Surely this is close. Maybe it's not close enough. Okay. No, I don't want to attack it. Oh, yes. That's what happens when you put auto fire on all the time. Yes. Okay, so... Oh, I can't do it just yet, apparently. No, almost. We're in. The minefield should be deactivated. Oh, okay, so I didn't have to transport anyone onto the transport. Okay. Give me a quick status of the Foundry. I don't want any more surprises. Running diagnostics now. Non-functional, sir. Some components are missing. The Oath must have taken the parts. Get me Trace on the comms and apprise him of the situation. Yes, so this is quite a bit further ahead in the story, so if you don't understand what's going on, then... I highly understand that, but I would recommend picking this game up. Really, I would, because it has so much content. Really, really so much content. I didn't even show you the jobs board. There are just so many different jobs that you can participate in, and these are kind of like activities and side missions and stuff like that. Anyway, the damage isn't permanent. We can restart it, but you'll have to replace the missing parts. I didn't hear you say that you'll manufacture the nuts and bolts. That's because I can't. This is old tech, early to mid-colonial era. What we need is restoration more than pure engineering. Can you think of anyone who might help? Maybe. There was someone very interested in old Imperial technology who I met on Rua Station. You should try there. Got it, I'll see if I can find him. Find her, actually. A certain Miss Harks. I'm sending over the coordinates of the station. Alright. Well, there you go. So we've participated in a little bit of a main mission here. And where is... Oh my, all the way down there. Alright, well, you can actually see a little bit of the fun times that the T-Drive can actually give you. Now, wouldn't it have been funny if I had literally used my T-Drive to run into the mines? That would have been absolutely hilarious, but thankfully I did not, and we are still in one piece. Now, how long is it actually going to take us to get down there in hyperspace? I'm a little bit curious about this, because I've never used it ever before to go this far a distance, so I suppose we'll find out. Now, do bear in mind that you can still do micromanagement in this screen if you so desire. So I could basically go over here, and I could do this, and I could send a fleet over there, and so on and so forth. So you never technically have to be bored, because every single time you go traveling, even if you know, don't want to just sit back and relax, because it does give you that kind of relaxing feeling, then you can do some other things. You can do some micromanagement. You can construct some ships or whatever you so desire. Anyway, we are now here. And we're going to dock. There we go. Ooh, this looks cool. This is very different from Concordia, that's for sure. What? Are you Harks? Yeah, what's it to you? Raynor Trace told me to find you. Supposedly you can manufacture some parts we need. Oh yeah, I got a communique from the Kern a little while ago. Where's he hiding these days? On Concordia Station, and before you go any further, he's an important member to us. Relax, Burha, I'm just a teasing. He's owe me some creds, that's all. Yes, about those parts. Yeah, I can make something. Okay, so here's the thing. I have spec'd into diplomacy. Now, diplomacy has helped me a number of times already, whereas I have not spec'd into hacking. But if you do spec into hacking, then you can hack into her terminal and get it for free. So how much is it? What were the materials, man hours, using company property, the inflation, how much? 350,000. Alright, okay, so also, they give you a second chance with Merchant 2 ability, which is to give 100,000 instead of 350,000. So if you want to, you can go and level up and you can spec into these things if you so desire. I'm not going to do that because I have 350,000, as you can see. It's pretty cheap for me because I've just been doing a bunch of grinding and, you know, doing some side missions that are actually really fun and enjoyable. So there is also that. Grinding does not feel like grinding in this game. And even if you want to turn it into, I don't know, truck simulator, you know, you can do that because you can take on, as I've said, you can take on trading and all that sort of thing, and you can do that instead of waging war. You don't necessarily need to wage war, but obviously sometimes it is required. Anyway, I'm going to do that. There we go. Alright, is that it? Is that it? I'm going to sell all these things. Thank you very much. Alright, did I do everything? I guess I did everything. I mean, okay, so I'd like to get a T drive here. So as you can see, Torrent Drive or T-Drive can instantly transport an entire ship to a distant location. Each T-Drive jump or charge has a limited jump range. Longer jumps mean using more charges. So if I want to, I can buy, well, actually I have this on me right now, but I could actually buy more of them if I so desired. So I think I'm probably going to do that. Now we have 12 of those, I think. Yes, we have 12 of those. So if I want to, I could potentially use that if I was, you know, by myself and I was just running around on things like that. So that's pretty cool. Do you have the missing parts? I do indeed. It cost me an arm and a leg. Those can be replaced. Just look at me. That's Dark Trace. Nice. Where do you want these parts delivered? Those could be replaced. Just look at me. Yeah, he is a cyborg technically. So yeah, I kind of like the writing as well because it's always quite humorous in parts. You know, because sometimes they're facing extremely dire situations and then just out of nowhere they come up with this hilarious line that is kind of offbeat, but it works really, really well. So anyway, I'm going to go back to Orpheal. Oh, I need to get back there in 5 minutes. Oh, there's a fleet battle. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, I can't actually... Wait a minute. I don't want to do sublight right now, thank you very much. I'd like to do this. Oh, no, that's a hull integrity field. Okay, so I've never used this before, as I said beforehand, so I'm going to be using this. There we go. Let's mount that. There, that's nice. Okay, so let's try the T-Drive, shall we? Oh, wow. It's gonna oh my! It's gonna take a lot of charges. I don't even have enough charges to go over there. But as you can see, it's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent range. So yeah, it just depends on how many charges you have. Obviously, I don't have enough charges really to make this work, so I'm gonna have to use the free one that they give you, and maybe I'll be able to join that fleet battle. That would be pretty fun. Alright, so we're almost here. We're coming out of hyperspace and we're going to be, I think, apparently participating in this siege battle. I mean, we're actually doing a siege battle in this fleet battle. Ah, yeah, you can tell I've played one game for too long, haven't you? Yes. Okay, so anyway, we're going to be trying to take these guys out if we can and helping our people out a little bit. Yeah, that's dead, and that's dead, and that is dead. Okay. Well, that was easy enough. As you can see, my rail guns are doing a really, really nice amount of damage, or at least I think so. Ooh, lovely. Did you see that too? That heavy weapon shockwave thing just go off there? That was really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna level my ship out a little bit here. There we go. And we're going to go over to Orpheal. And it's going to take me a little bit of time, so I need to engage the sublight engines. Yes, there we go. Okay, get me closer. Get the components to trace at Orpheal. So I'm going to disable my firing and all that sort of thing. There we go. Transport. You rarely seem to be on Concordia, Attendant, especially when I need to talk to you. Oh yeah, by the way, Attendant means my current level. So the NPCs will change what they call you dependent on what your level currently is. I think I'm level 14 at the moment. I used to be level 12, which was classified as a Patreon, hilariously enough. Anyway, let's continue. I go where my duties take me. Besides, Trace is more than capable. He'll keep the fort while I'm away. What can I do for you, Counselor? That simply won't do. The Council has decided that it is in the best interest of the Concord to stay neutral. We will not aggravate the other Gemini parties, especially the crucial players. Meaning, sir? No more gallivanting around Gemini, no more running around looking for trouble. Understood? With all due respect, we're not causing trouble. We're answering a direct threat to the safety of our people. The Black Oath is still out there. Bensara, responsible for the Icarus, is still out there. We have to find her. It's clear the Oath has installations all over the system. Nyahi, Torment, and Orpheal are clear indications that the group is widespread and well connected. Not collected, yes. I understand your concern, Warden, and I sympathize, but the ruling is final. You're all ordered to return to your posts on Concordia. Is that clear? Affirmative. Good, Emeric's out. Are we really going to let it go? I hope not. The Oath has an agenda, obscure though it may be. We still have to find out what it is, or figure out, yes, and how it involves us. Got any suggestions on what to do next? Finding out more on where the Oath is active in the system could enable us to see a pattern in their behavior. The Sanctum was known in the past for being a good address to find out a lot of info on what's going on in Gemini. I suggest we try on Spire, their main space station. Do you mean you expect me to just barge into someone's office and ask what dirt they have on the Oath? No, I know some people there. When you get to Spire, look for someone who goes by the name Nika. I'll send word that you're on your way. Where do you come up with these people? I've been in Gemini the longest and I don't have such connections. It's probably because you're incompetent, James Teacup. Or James T. Cup, yes. Oh, anyway. While you were stuck running around Concordia, I've been traveling around. Let's leave it at that. Oh, and I needn't remind you that the Council hasn't sanctioned what you're about to do. They cannot know. That means you're going in alone. Higgs and I will stay on Concordia to cover for you. Oh, and one additional thing I've heard from Maxton. He's holed up on Baldur. You might want to go and talk to him when you find the time. There you go. So, I believe that is the end of the main mission. Yep. Oh, no. It might not be the end of the main mission. Okay, wow. Yeah, so I've been playing this for, I think, about 10 hours. And I haven't even completed the main mission. I mean, Steam says that I've been playing this for 15 hours, but I have left the game on at certain points because I've either been interrupted, you know, so on and so forth, or I've just not had enough time to complete it, or, you know, things like that. So Steam says 15 hours, but I personally feel like I've played for 8 to 10, and I still haven't completed the main mission. So you can kind of assume that this game has a huge amount of content already, which is fantastic. Anyway, if you've stayed until this point, then stay tuned for the big exclusive on the next DLC for Starpoint Gemini Warlords. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.